Back in action. CERULEDGE the GOAT. BANKAI Zanka no Tachi. It's your boy TTK. We're back with the actual first week of MRL Season 15. My opponent's going to be Team Cap, and you know how it is. If you saw my previous MRL videos, I'll link them down below in the description or have a card in the video as well to take you through the process of how this usually works. But it has been like a year, almost 2 years now. And yeah, well, I'm glad to be back, and we're going to be going over the matchup and then obviously the game and whatnot. And you know, the last time I uploaded MRL for Season 11, my first week opponent was also Team Cap, and I also had the type advantage against him. So can we go 2 for 2 against Team Cap with the type advantage? But yeah, let's just see. But before we get into the video, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom. We are literally 15 subscribers away from 500. I know we're probably not going to make 1,000 by the end of the year. I should have been more consistent, but you know, aim high, never aim low. Aim as high as you can, and then just keep working your way there. But if the 15 of you guys that are watching this video aren't suddenly subscribed, please subscribe. We're gonna make it to 500 by the end of the year. That is my new goal now. But yeah, let's get into it. So let's look at the matchup here. Like I said in the power rankings video, again, if you guys haven't checked that one out, please check it out, much appreciated. You know, I'm mono fire here on the right hand side, and you know, I have a pretty strong team here. I got Ogopon Half Flame, Rotom Heat for the ground immunity. I have Volcanion for the water immunity, Charizard X because that's the best Mega Evolution on the type, and you know, the rest like kind of just fell in the gaps. You know, like Torkoal sets the sun, Cinderace is a fast hazard control sort of mon with court change, and yeah, Taurus Paldea is the rock neutrality on my team as well. So I think I have a pretty well-rounded team, but even with the type advantage against Team Cap, I'm still pretty worried about the matchup because of the fact that there's a Cleavor, there's an Araquanid, there's an Olmoldo on the other side. Mons like Scolipede and Sliverwing have you know, Earthquake as coverage, and also there's a Gliscopod as well. I'm less worried about Sliverwing, to be honest. I think I can just definitely outplay that of like Cinderace, for example. Well, not Cinderace, CERULEDGE, for example, and also some other guys that I'm thinking of building with. You know, but like I said, Cleavor's the most annoying guy. Definitely Bug's way of defeating fire-based teams because of the fact that Stone Axe just sets up Stealth Rocks, and I'm a type that's weak to that. So we're trying to definitely think of a way to get past him. Obviously, I'm not going to try and build anything too defensive. I don't think you can even play on the backseat versus Bug, for example. Again, like, it would be a lot of heavy duty boot spam, so I don't take any rocks damage, and at the same time I don't have leftovers, for example. So yeah, obviously first thoughts going into this matchup, we have you know, the fact that Torkoal is probably going to be needed for Sun. I want to reduce that water type damage from Araquanid and Gliscopod as much as possible. Torkoal also has a control option with Rapid Spin, and also Lava Plume, you know, boosted fire attacks versus most of the type is going to get the 30% burn. And if I can burn the Cleavor or any of their physical attackers except Araquanid due to its ability, that'll be very good. Also Tauros, why wouldn't I bring Tauros? I need at least a rock switch in. Tauros is quite bulky, to be honest. Base 105 defense, in addition to intimidate, means that most of his physical attackers, which unfortunately Bug is prone to having a lot of physical attackers, Torkoal's going to take a lot of that you know, damage quite well. And then, you know, I can potentially even boost its defensive bulk up. And these are just the preliminary ideas that I'm having in my head while building for this team. Also, I'm going to bring Charizard X. I need, you know, at first, you know, remember that Charizard is a flying type prior to Mega Evolving. So, you know, obviously having that ground immunity is good. And then also Fire Dragon, it's going to be pretty good. Water neutrality. And then, you know, Zardex just hits very hard. Like, there isn't much saving you, even with like Occa Berries from Tough Claws, Flare Blitz in the sun. Most of the time you're just going to land the Okos pretty reliably, so that's why I'm keeping you know, Zardex on my team. And I have some pretty other funny sets with Amon. I won't talk about it right now, but I'll basically just show you the team that I'm planning on using. So let's head into Showdown here. Open up the team builder, and oops, I right clicked for no reason. Crap, I forgot to add the team from Discord. Give me a sec. I completely forgot to add the team. Copy and paste. New team, Natdex draft. Cool. Yeah, so here's the team that we're going to be going into the game with. Obviously we got Aoi Hono from for the Zardex Blue Flame. You know, this is a very funny set with Tailwind Zardex. The reason why I'm not going Dragon Dance and what do you call it? And I'm going Tailwind. Why am I struggling? Is because of the fact that Dragon Dance just isn't enough boosts. Like, and you could probably say I could go SD Scale Shot as well, which is also quite dangerous. But there's also there's many reasons why I'm not going both of those sets. The reason why I'm not going DD Zard is because of the fact that there's a Scolipede, which is most likely just going to run Protect and outspeed me at +1 anyway. So we don't want to have that, because with Tailwind I just instantly get to +2 and Scolipede needs 2 speed boost to outspeed me. So, you know, if luck willing, you know, they don't double Protect and then I can just kill Scolipede like that and they can never really do anything. Tailwind also supports my team in the case that Zardex dies, and then, you know, I just have double speed on pretty much any of my mons, which are very scary. Like, for example, Ogerpon Half Flame completely ignores Araquanid's ability of half and fire damage. So it's a thing where if Sun is up, that's also probably just getting O-code. So, you know, Tailwind will be very useful in that aspect. You know, and the reason why I'm not going Scale Shot as well is because of the fact that that drops my defense stat, and Lockix is also a mon I have to respect because Tinted Lens gets rid of the bug resistance on fire. So it's a thing where if I'm at -1 defense and there's a banded Lockix or any sort of boosted item Lockix like Silver Powder or, you know, Life Orb, Zardex is just going to get revenge killed like in 1 turn. So there's no point of even trying to set up with Scale Shot. Tailwind prevents me, you know, from losing my defense and also doubles my speed instead of increasing my speed by 50%. So yeah, this is going to be a fun set. We also have Overheat here because, like, I started realizing that there's actually a lot of decently physically bulky Pokemon on his side. Like, you know, I'm not counting Scizor. Like, Scizor has a high defense stat, yes, but it's times 4 weak to fire, so that doesn't really matter. Things like Galissopod and Olmaldo are definitely something I have to respect. If I can hit those guys on the special side, especially in Sun, they're probably just going to get O-code as well. You have to remember that Zardex also has you know, 130 special attack as well, so this thing actually hits really hard on the special side. So yeah, that's going to be the first one, Aoi Hono. We have Shell Smashing the Torkoal here. We're not Shell Smashing with Torkoal, the one has 20 speed, but yeah, this is just a standard Torkoal set, has Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin. I'm also running Yawn because Torkoal is probably going to let in something like Volcarona if they want to bring that, and obviously Volcarona has access to Hidden Power Rock or Ground, so I'd rather that thing not set up on me because that could also just win the game from there. You know, Yawn also is just good in general. Lava Plume is consistent damage in the Sun, also has a 30% chance to burn the physical attackers, which is what I would like to see. So yeah, not much else with the Torkoal. Not going Heat Rock. As much as I would love to go Heat Rock, I kind of need Boots on Torkoal because this is going to be the thing that will live any sort of super effective rock or ground move from full HP very reliably, and then just, you know, counter back with a Lava Plume, for example. So yeah, I don't need that many turns of Sun. Again, I have a type advantage, but Sun is just going to be the extra damage that will probably make a difference between an Oko or not on like things like Zardex's Overheat on like Olmaldo or Galissopod, for example. We have Tauros Paldea, the Smoke Beef. Funny enough, if anyone remembers, in season 11 when I went mono water, I had a Tauros Paldea water and I called that thing Wet Beef. So, you know, Tauros has always been here for me in MRL, you know, and is just generally a useful mon to have. Definitely more useful for fire than water, for example, but regardless, we have a bulk up Flame Charge set. You know, it doesn't really need anything else. We're running Stone Edge. Odds are they probably won't focus as much on having Charty Berries compared to Occa Berries, so having a strong rock type coverage option is very good. Stone Edge accuracy willing. I've been hacked many times. I don't want to go Rock Slide because Stone Edge is that solid, you know, 100 base power damage, gets boosted to 200 base power versus Rock Slide's 150 base power. So, you know, the damage difference there is significant enough for me to risk the accuracy. But yeah, Flame Charge boosts my speed. You know, we're not running any speed on this Tauros, and that means I'm going to be outsped by things like Lockix and Sliverwing, for example. So it's a thing where I would prefer to have that speed boost. Again, I don't even need that much fire coverage. Like, Raging Bull is already stab, 90 base power, is better than Flare Blitz in this case because I'm not taking recoil damage. And then, you know, Stone Edge is just going to hit everything that I'm just like, well, I don't have to risk, you know, clicking the fire move here just in case they decide to have a, you know, an Occa Berry. And Stone Edge also hits Araquanid for super effective damage very hard. So that's why we're running Taurus Paldea here. Intimidate is going to be very useful for handling Cleavor and the other physical attackers on their side. Ogerpon Half Flame, pretty simple set. We're running Spiky Shield so we don't get revenge killed by a banded Lockix first impression, for example. Like, say, like, realistically, I don't know if I'm going to have a +2 attack plus Trailblaze boost. Again, Scolipede pretty much threatens this one very much, so I have to be careful. But regardless, Spiky Shield will prevent, you know, Lockix from revenge killing me with first impression. Ivy Cudgel, again, fire move in Sun is probably just going to OHKO everything on the type. There's not really anything saving you from that. And Trailblazer just to boost my speed in the case where if Scolipede doesn't come, again, they don't really have any other faster mons other than Rabombi, but, you know, just having Trailblazer, I needed a third attack, and obviously Bug resist grass, so it's not like I'm going to be clicking this move too often. So yeah, could be knockoff, you know, but at the same time, I just think Trailblaze would be a lot more useful. We got Zanka no Tachi, you know, the CERULEDGE here, Bankai, all of that stuff. Cool. So we have a pretty fun set here with Iron Defense, Bitter Blade, Poltergeist, Weakness Policy. Now, I needed a solid win con, because at the same time, I was still pretty scared. So it's a thing where, you know, I have the CERULEDGE here with Iron Defense. CERULEDGE with double defense is pretty much not getting OHKO'd by Cleavor's stab rock moves or any coverage EQ options. And then obviously the weakness policy activates, your speed is doubled, and then, you know, you start killing things with Bitter Blade plus Poltergeist. There's nothing on their team that, you know, can actually switch into that combination. And weakness policy +2 attack basically cancels out resist berries, basically. So, you know, I'm pretty much free to click Bitter Blade 100% of the time. And then obviously if I'm facing an enemy that I can't actually kill in one hit, again, realistically, I'll just Iron Defense again on like Olmoldo, for example, and then I'm taking even less damage, and then I can actually just 1v1 that thing with Bitter Blade. So yeah, this is going to be a very fun set if it is successful. And then the last thing, Bunny Kill 3, the Cinderace. If anyone actually gets the reference to Bunny Kill, I'll be very surprised, but, you know, Bunny Kill's for the OGs, you get me? But either way, typical Cinderace set. The reason why High Jump Kick is useful despite the type resisting bug, I mean the type resistant fighting, is because obviously I can change my type into a fighting type, which means I can resist Cleavor's Stone Axe. Odds are they're not running, you know, like Aerial Ace. If they are fair play, they really saw the vision, but at the same time they might actually decide to do that because of Tauros's weakness to flying. So again, if they run Aerial Ace, I'm cooked. But regardless, just being able to resist rock and ground, well, not resist ground but become neutral to ground and resist rock is pretty solid. Also lose my water weakness as well. And then Pyro Ball is still a pretty strong move on its own, even if you're not getting stab on it, like 120 base power, no recoil damage. And then court change, because realistically rocks are going to be up the entire game. Obviously they can spin, I can spin as well, but they might try and do some webs shit as well. So in the situation where it's rocks on both sides but my side has webs, it will basically just swap around so they have webs instead. You never really get rid of the rocks unless you rapid spin, but, you know, if they have webs up, what do you call it, and I put it back on their side, that'll be very helpful in the case where Scolipede doesn't go heavy duty boots and then it's at -1 speed when it's trying to speed boost. So I would basically just have the speed tiers in control with Cinderace, and that's why I'm keeping it. In terms of the other mons I could have brought, I don't think Houndoom and Pyro are too necessary here, and I think they're too exploitable anyway. Like, both of them have Flame Charge, sure, but they're still just both slower than Scolipede and are too frail to really get the job done. Same thing with Rapidash. You know, Rotom Heat would be heat, because again, I can just dodge ground moves completely. I don't really care about that, but I kind of didn't have the space for it, realistically. You could say Rotom Heat over Cinderace, but Cinderace being faster than Scolipede, you know, basically forces the protect, and, you know, I can threaten that thing, basically. I could Sucker Punch Scolipede, I end up not being weak to Earthquake anyway, and then just try and outplay it through that way. But yeah, that is the team, and we'll be heading into the battle, which is not being played like as the time I'm recording this, but, you know, I have this ready for when the battle is starting. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the battle. Hopefully we do well. Alright guys, we're in game. You know, this is many hours later after I was recording the video. This is exactly what I was expecting to a certain extent. I think my team is actually prepared for this. No Lockix either, so my CERULEDGE is actually gonna go ham, to be honest. Cool, yeah. Nah, we got this covered. We got this covered. Cool. So realistically, yeah, I'm just gonna lead off with Taurus and start bulking up. I think that would be funny. At the same time, Torkoal is also pretty good as well. Just pretty much anything on my like physically defensive Pokemon, I'll just lead off with basically. So they lead off with Araquanid, which makes sense. We're gonna get up our first bulk up. Oh yeah, I completely forgot I could just go special. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. I can't tell what that is, to be honest. Yeah, I might have choked that one, I'll be real. But I still have Tauros. There it is. I mean, nothing's taking Dragon Claw, I'll be honest. Yes, losing Tauros that early is pretty bad. Really bad. How much did 62? Yeah, I mean, what's switching in? I just have to be careful of Scolipede now. Golisopod comes in. We take that quite comfortably. No damage. Gonna get out rocks. Gonna go my Ogerpon. They're not leech life in. This will break the sub. Yep, we have +1 speed. Well, if they go hard Scolipede, you know what I'm doing. You literally know what I'm doing. Or they go Sliverwing and I bait them in. Golisopod. Spiky Shield. Yeah, so Ogerpon took out... Oh, what? That didn't die. That's tough. I should have calced that. Alright. Everything's just getting toxic. That did 21 each. This is gonna be a scary one. You on this and then try and iron defense. Or I just try and get damage. Nah, I think I can actually do this. To my knowledge, sleep is not banned. Cleavo comes out. Maybe I'll burn this. Okay, no burn. That's kind of bad. Here's the issue now. That threw me off. This is definitely Scarf. Yep, exactly. Gonna court change. Because at least that changes my type. And then I can try and spin on this guy. Okay. Not enough damage. Thing is, on Modo 310, like this shit is still slow. I need to see if I can position Ceruledge correctly, then go from there. Well, he's up +3, he's up +4. Maybe I can risk a burn. Ooh, that miss was bad. That miss was bad, I'll be honest. That miss was bad. This is... alright. We could have this. I mean, I'm gonna stay in and click. Was that a good idea? I mean, I can go Zard. Alright, we're back in action. Ceruledge the GOAT. Bankai Zanka no Tachi. We should outspeed. Okay. 532. And then we just iron defense. They're finished. We got it. We got it. Bug was close. Bankai Zanka no Tachi. Oh, this is great. I am feeling myself. That's how we go, you man. That's how we go. That's not saving you. I almost got fucking destroyed. GG. This is the set that I was looking for. Good job, Ceruledge. Good job. That was fun. That was a fun game. Very fun. Very fun. Close as well. But yeah, that's what I told you guys. The Ceruledge was going to cook. He was going to cook. You know how it is. You know how it is. That woke me up. You know, I was just like, damn, I'm going to lose. Well, nah, we're not going to lose. The surf turn one got me bad. But we ain't done like that ever again, innit? But yeah, calm, man. Next week we're up against ground, which is gonna be pretty fun. Also something I'm probably gonna have to outplay the hell out of. But it's definitely possible to beat this. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It was a pretty fun battle, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.